my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been petty. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities that never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them, this is my ship, I'ma jack it like Letterman, y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate this so I keep the pedaling, started a chain, the cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit, I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah, say you gon' pull up then settle it, yeah, I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch I step in it, yeah, and I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here, watch I touch down, pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now, have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that, big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that, work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that, had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my, yeah. Run it, I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been petty. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities that never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year.
Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. He is Jason, the chosen one. I am Greg, a legend in my own mind. Jay, we about to get off into some gangster stuff, some boxing stuff. But first, we got to give some love to the people that support the channel. First and foremost, Rock Dog Interactive. If you need anything relative to graphic design, ideas in regards to your website designs, all that good stuff, Rock Dog Interactive, they do it all, Jay. And I mean, some of the stuff that they're currently working on, man, is amazing stuff. And I can't wait till it comes to fruition because we'll share it on this platform. And it's just amazing things that they are doing currently. Black Father Figures, that is the League of Legacy. Shout out to my guy, the League of Legacy. We haven't seen him in a while. But hopefully, you know, I'll check in with him soon because, yeah, I haven't talked to him in a little minute. But he's doing wonderful work out here for Black fathers in the community. And so always shout out and love to Black Father Figures and the League of Legacies. And then finally, but definitely not least, Nadaj vodka, the best tasting vodka you would ever want to taste. Again, based out of Jacksonville, Florida, black owned, ladies and gentlemen, black owned vodka. You guys should really go check it out. Kiwi taste, triple distilled, very, very smooth. Nadaj vodka, www.nadajvodka.com. If you're not in the Florida area currently, but if you are, it is in select stores in Florida. So ping us if you want to know exactly what stores you can get Nadaj vodka out of today. So Jay, now that we've gotten that part of it out the way, of course, I need to give a salute to the folks that are in the chat. We got 25 people in the building. If you get the opportunity, please hit the like button or the dislike button if you don't like the content. But make sure you are engaging. Shout out to the Keggy, Band Up, All Things. Mark, what's going on with your fam? Go Nose all day, every day. And 903 Boxing, what's going on with your fam? So Jay, let's go ahead and jump into it, my fam. My brother. I was about to call you my fam, my brother.
Yes, sir.
What you want to call it?
So we know there's a few fights coming up in the next couple of weeks. We know that the one on 25th has quite a few fights on it. Quite a few. I mean, it's a good card, I believe. I would say. Now, one of those would be Jermall Charlo versus Jose Benavidez Jr.
Yeah.
Jermall came out earlier this week saying that he's just started training.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I think he's just pulling everyone's leg, just talking noise out there. I don't think he just started training. I mean, I'm not considering the stuff he showed on prior videos with him and doing the little stuff with Roy, where Roy was doing like a boxing camp, look like just for regular people training. That's not training for a real fight. That's just almost like going to a gym and taking a boxing class. But I think he's been training since then. I know you have different thoughts, so maybe not so much. But I definitely think he's been training. I don't think he just started opening camp, because if that's the case, he's definitely not going to make weight at all. Although they do have weight at 163 and the belt's not on the line, which I find kind of interesting. I think that sucks for Jose Benavidez Jr. not to have a shot at that belt at 160. But what's your thoughts on that? You think Maul was just pulling everyone's leg, saying that he's just about to start training because he don't need to train for a bum, as he calls it, of Jose Benavidez Jr.?
Maybe. I mean, it's hard to really know about Jermall, man. I mean, why make that statement? The way that he said that statement, the way that he made the statement, Jay, it was in rhythm. Like, it didn't feel like anything that was forced. It didn't feel like anything that was conjured up or thought up. It felt like he was just saying it in the natural flow of the conversation and the question that was being asked to him. So I find it challenging just to believe that he simply just pulled that out and just threw it out there just for the sake of doing it. I struggle with the notion that he did that, Jay. Now, maybe that. I mean, you never know. Maybe that is true. I mean, maybe he had already been thinking about this from a while ago and just thought that, hey, as a part of this conversation, I'm gonna just kind of smoothly drop that in there, that I'm just gonna start training camp the following day. And do I think Jose Benavidez really has a chance to beat Jermall Charlo? Not the Jermall Charlo that I saw before. And I think to some extent, just the Charlo brand has been damaged over the last several weeks in regards to just like Jermell's performance, as well as Maul having the interaction with Caleb Plant. I think we're forgetting just how destructive Maul was prior to his his short break, if you will. Not short, I guess, but 2 years break. And so Benavidez, I don't believe, has any way of beating Jermall Charlo. And it's interesting when they had that press conference, because he said to Jermall, I don't want you to make any excuses. Don't come up with any excuses. All the mental health things, I don't want to hear anything about it. I got shot in the leg, so forth and so on. But then he goes on to then say that when he was at 47 versus Crawford, he felt drained. Then he moved up to 54 and faced Danny Garcia. He also felt drained. Now he feels comfortable at 160. Wasn't that an excuse? So how can you say that in the same breath? Yeah. that was crazy to me. But I don't know, man. We'll see what Maul. It's hard to tell because he couldn't really see Maul's frame. So you just got to base it off of his face. I don't know. Maybe it won't be a challenge for him to get down. Maybe he's going to be sharp. Maybe he has been training, but you just never know with Maul, man. Yeah. He's all over the place.
I think he was just talking noise on there. He also said at the same time, he's like, there's no excuse. I can get down to 160, but then the fight's at 163, and Benavidez Jr. called him out on that. He said, man, I can do whatever. I'm the champ and stuff like that. He started showing that bravado, and he started saying that you're going to make me go back to the old Maul. I don't want to be that dude, but you brought it out because you keep running your mouth. So I just think Maul was just talking, just being how the way Maul carries himself at times. He'll he's kind of erratic. He's not as erratic as his brother Mel, but things that's been going on in his life, he may be a little bit more erratic with some of the stuff he says now more than that. But I can tell you one thing: when they have that face-to-face press conference, that's going to be interesting. I want to see how that's going to be, see what he says then. And I think I saw a headline that Maul dropped a video of like something from him training us, whatnot, the other day, but I didn't get a chance to really see it, so I could see how he looked. It came up on my radar and it just went away real fast. Like, damn, missed it. But I refuse to believe that he hasn't been training yet. That he just started camp just now to get ready for 163 for his first fight back and everything. I think I fully believe he's just talking shit, just be talking it, man. I don't believe that at all.
He might be. We'll see what ends up happening. I think it's going to be an electric environment when they both get together, because I just think I think Maul is has the potential to be explosive. I think Jose Benavidez is explosive. We saw his interaction with Terence Crawford when they fought at 147. So they're probably going to have to keep those two gentlemen apart. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. Just that presser and the interaction that they had, that did make me interested in seeing how that fight might play out. I can't see Jose Benavidez Jr. being successful against Maul. I think Maul is too big. He just moved up. I think Maul is taller.
He ain't small, though.
Yeah, he ain't small, but I mean, he was fighting at a smaller weight. I mean, so?
He's 6'1". He says he walks around 180, 190.
So Terence Crawford walking around at 180, and he ain't gonna beat nobody at 68. Yeah, I said it. So yeah, but I'm more curious about seeing how the fight plays out now. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We definitely know it's not gonna be a presser like Boo Boo and David had, where they're just cool and cordial. They talk a little nose, but then they're able to joke around. That ain't happening.
I don't think so.
That ain't happening. And all things, I don't think Jose gonna try to slap Maul. I mean, Maul has been hit before. We know that Caleb put hands on him before. But I don't think Jose gonna do that at all in this regard here. Plus, I think that'll really mess the money up, because I don't think that'll be in a stable environment for something like that to happen. I think things will go left real fast if that were to happen.
I won't mess my money up with that, but that's just me.
Oh, hell no. No,
I would not mess my money up with that kind of stuff whatsoever. Jay, anything else you want to talk about in regards to this particular topic before we move on to the next?
No, we'll get more into it in the coming weeks, because we're 2 weeks out, less than 2 weeks out from that fight. So we'll have more to talk about on that.
Yeah, where you want to go from here?
So from here, let's talk about my boy Tank. We know Tank's been, talking some noise a little bit on Twitter and everything. So I assume he's in camp right now. So we've talked about earlier this week, talking about, what's going to happen in 2024. What Tank needs to do in 2024 to really be like, okay, he's definitely one. He wants all the smoke and whatnot. So we think that I think that he should definitely have to face he should face Shakur, Devin. Well, of course, the winner are Devin and Regis, because if Devin loses, it's not going to be the same with Tank facing him. Shakur or Teofimo Lopez for this upcoming year. I think that's what he needs to do. So it showed that he's really serious about being taken over 135. We know belts don't make him, because he goes by the Floyd Mayweather mantra on that. But we want to see you fight the best at that weight class. And he's already called out Shakur and Devin beforehand. So we want to see if it's going to come, if it's really going to come happening in 2024 with his upcoming fights coming next year. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, man. My take is I'm a Tank fan. Got the opportunity to visit that gym a few months ago. Great people at that gym. Coach Cal, great person. Coach Kenny, man. Coach Kenny is so welcoming, man. I mean, just a real cool, good guy. And then, man, the fighters there were so welcoming as well. So I'm a fan of those folks in the gym as well. And I'm a Tank fan. With that being said, Tank, to me, you have to regard him as either number one or number two in terms of pay-per-view stars, right? It's either he or Canelo, and right now I'm going to tend to lean towards Canelo, just because I need to see Gervonta Tank Davis in the ring again with someone and see what his pay-per-view numbers look like. So for me personally, there's a couple of reasons why I personally feel he needs to fight either Teofimo, Shakur or Devin if Devin ends up being successful against Regis Prograis. Number one, I think he needs to keep up the momentum in regards to just his overall stature and his profile relative to the sport, right? So we all know that you still need the right opponent in the ring with you in order to help sell the fight, right? There is no Floyd Mayweather right now. There is no Manny Pacquiao. There is no Oscar De La Hoya in the sport right now where you could throw a nobody in there and it'll do numbers. They don't exist right now. So at this stage, you still need someone with a bit of a name, right, to really, really sell. And I think for me personally, in order for Gervonta to end up capitalizing on the success that he had against Ryan Garcia, he needs one of those names in the ring. Even though Shakur has never done pay-per-view numbers, Devin has done some pay-per-views, but not to the extent of Tank. And then Teofimo, I know he was trying to do a pay-per-view with Triller. Was Camboso a pay-per-view? I can't recall.
With Teo?
Yeah, with Teo.
I believe it was.
So neither one of those guys are pay-per-view stars, right? But in combination with the pay-per-view star, or at least one of two pay-per-view stars in the sport currently, I think that those fights can do numbers. I think they could do 400,000 and 500,000 pay-per-view buys if he were to get Shakur or Devin in the ring or Teo in the ring, and that would definitely put him on par with Canelo Alvarez. But secondly, and most importantly, I feel like it's important for him to make sure that he up his level in terms of his resume. Because right now, in my personal opinion, if you look at what Devin has on his resume and what he's going to have after Regis Prograis, and if you look at Teo defeating Josh Taylor, these guys' resumes are starting to shape up to be better than Tank. Now, before that, I had Tank having a better resume, but Devin is saying that nobody's doing what I'm doing right now. And he's kind of right, Jay. When you look at Lomachenko, that's a well-known, recognized name. Now, not the same Lomachenko, but still well-known and recognized. Now he's moving up to face Regis. Regis is not considered washed. So no one's doing what Devin is doing right now. So I think to keep up in terms of resume, and I think that is important, not necessarily belts, but resumes, I think he needs to face one of those gentlemen next year. We don't necessarily want to see him in the ring with Pitbull Cruz or anybody like that. We need to see him in the ring with at least one. I'm not saying fight all three of them. I'm saying we need to see him in the ring with one of them next year. You about to say something, Jay?
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I agree that he definitely needs to fight at least one of the three. I want to see it. I don't want to see a rehash of a Pitbull Cruz, although I have a bad feeling that might happen just because of the selling points of it being the Mexican background on that side there support Pitbull, but I don't want to see that fight again. I definitely want to see Tank versus Core, Tank versus Devin, Tank versus Teo. Hell, even Tank versus Loma. Although Loma's up in age and whatnot, he got beat by Devin. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight there, seeing Loma off to a retirement. So yeah. Mark said the Cambosis Teo fight was just on DAZN. It wasn't on pay-per-view. So
okay. Well, if you don't have DAZN, that's pay-per-view. You got to pay a pay-per-view, right? If you don't have DAZN,
you just got to pay. You got to just have that subscription. So
okay.
Yeah, you just need to have that subscription on that. So
yep.
But yeah, I'm intrigued to see what Tank's going to do.
Yeah, I am as well, man. I mean, it's time to see Tank back, in the ring. He's been out for a little bit. And I think I've mentioned this before, dog, but when I was there, unbeknownst to me, right, because I went there to visit, and I was solely just there to really just visit the gym. And Tank ended up showing up. And it was funny, man, because, dude, like, I'm there. It's like the regular day that you go there, like these, because they have the pros come in the morning. And so all of a sudden the gym just kind of shuts down. I'm kind of playing football with this young kid, nice kid. I'm throwing the football with him. And the gym just kind of shuts down and get quiet, bro. And then all of a sudden you start to see people migrate towards a certain area in the back that I had never gone to. And then all of a sudden I look at my right, on my right side, and there's this guy that was kind of cocky that was there, that was boxing. And I saw him the day before and the current day that I was there. But I thought it was him. And I just looked to the right, and I'm like, it's Tank. And I'm like, oh shit, it's Tank. This mofo, it looks like a monster, dog. Dog, I got the chance to stay there, and I couldn't stay there. I only saw maybe like 30, 40 minutes of Tank, but he was shadow boxing stuff. that kid, man, Tank looks like a monster, man. Like the speed, the accuracy, just everything about him, man, just looks amazing, dog. So, yeah, I hope to get back there soon, man. I haven't reached out to Coach Kenny. He told me that I'm always welcome to come back, but I was one of the ones that they allowed to stay in the gym, so that was really nice of them to allow me to stay in the gym. So good people, like I said.
Yeah, with Tank tweeting as much as he's been tweeting everything, I definitely suspect that he's in camp. For who, we don't know. For when the fight he's going to be fighting, not sure whether it's January, February, March, whenever it may be. But we know this with Tank, he only tweets usually when he's in camp, and that's when he's tweeting and deleting. And he's been tweeting and deleting, so that's what has my spidey sense thinking that he's fighting soon. He's in camp. He's going to be fighting soon because he's tweeting and deleting. That's a Tank thing. So I've gotten used to that already. So hopefully we'll see.
Yeah, he's poking at a couple of people. He's poked at Ryan Garcia. He's poked at God, what's the coach name? Also named Garcia. I'm losing his first name. Robert Garcia.
Oh, Robert.
Forgive me, guys. I'm old. Sometimes a name will slip my mind very quickly. But yeah, Robert Garcia. He's poked at him and one of his fighters as well. But yeah, man, I'm interested in seeing Tank get back in the ring. I'm excited to see that he's back and on social media and being active, and that's good for the sport. Yeah,
I 100% agree with that. So along the lines, kind of someone seeing someone's running out of time. Yo boy, Florida boy, Keith Thurman. Is he running out of time for welterweight supremacy right now? I mean, it's coming up on. I mean, we know Bud got 3 of the 4 belts. We'll get into Bud and the IBF later in a little bit, and we know Boots has the other belt. So right now, he has to do something. I mean, I know his will be fighting Stanionis. We know that card got shelved. That was going to happen in December. I don't know if that's going to be happening in January, if they're still doing that fight in January, or if they're going to do it in February, or if that fight's just off the table completely for him and Stanionis, which I thought was a good fight since both of them have been off about the same amount of time. But the window's closing on Keith, for him to, especially if he wants to be undisputed or anything like that, it's going to take him a while because there's going to be a lot of belts for him to try to grab. And I don't think he's ready to go through a Boots for a belt. I don't think that's going to happen for him, nor do I think he get past Boots. Not at this stage of his career, because I don't know if he says he says he wants to fight probably till he's 40 or something like that. But Keith doesn't really shown like a full drive and love for the sport like that. He don't seem like that. Like he wants it anymore. It sounds good, and just the fighter in him always going to say, "Oh, I'll fight anybody. I'll do this. I'll beat anyone." But the actions ain't matching up with it. The actions ain't matching up with it. So I mean, he's needing more time for a get back fight. Right now he's gonna need like 3 or 4 get back fights before he fights a Boots or a Stanionis again, anything like that. So I think the window is definitely closing for Keith because he's not gonna fight a Boots right now, and Boots has the title, so he didn't have an excuse to not fight Boots now.
Yeah, I mean, time is running out on Keith Thurman if it hasn't already run out, and Thurman, I would say, and people, this might not be a popular opinion, but I think a lot of what has occurred or transpired in Thurman's career has been the direct results of decisions that Keith Thurman has made himself and caused detriment to his own career, in my personal opinion. Keith thought that he could basically hold out and stall out until he got until Errol positioned himself, or I guess Keith positioned himself as being the last 2 men standing, and that he was going to be the one at the I guess, if you will, he was going to be a participant in the biggest fight at the welterweight division with he and Errol Spence, and that didn't end up working out in that manner. So he lost to Manny Pacquiao. I'm surprised that he lost to Manny, because Manny was considerably older at the time. And, it just felt like Keith really didn't have the drive and the desire after getting married to really be at the top of the sport. And then I think he's had opportunities to get back into the ring, but he just chose not to because he was looking for a particular dollar amount to get him back in the ring. And quite frankly, yes, you need to get paid a specific amount of money, but at the same time, you are 30-something years old, And if you don't make something shake immediately, then you're going to probably have some challenges. And right now, Keith is 34, to make it specific for you, Jason, since you wanted to be right on the last video. He will be 35 this month. I think it's on the 23rd. I think it's on the 23rd of this month. So, I just, I think it's a wrap for Keith, man. I think Keith is probably going to end up being one of those fighters that either he needs to retire now, or he's going to be one of those fighters that end up being that fight for like a Jaron Ennis, who was looking to go to the next level. He's going to end up being that if he's not careful.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely on the back end of his career. We already know that. But he could have fought plenty of other fighters earlier. He took ownership over not fighting when it was during the COVID time. He didn't want to fight in empty stadiums and stuff like that. He regrets it now. He said that in an interview about a month ago on that. But yeah, I mean, right now he has to get back into the fold, man, because you just can't get off the street, off the couch, and go fight a Boots. That ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna end well for him. I don't see that ending well for him at all. I think if he gets in there, gets back in the swing of things, I think it'll be a better matchup. But nah. And I don't know. Chris J, he says he's not a gatekeeper yet. He's not a gatekeeper. He says he'll never be a gatekeeper, but he keeps this up, he will be. He'll be on people's resumes just as a stepping stone, and that sucks.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
I like Key. I like one-time Thurman. I just think that he's inflicted some things on himself that, had he made some different decisions in regards to the timing of fights, being more active here recently, I think he would be in a better position. But I somehow thought that he thought somehow he was going to be able to wait out an Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight, and it has not materialized. And now, if this does end up going through, it's Stanionis. Is Stanionis the fighter that Keith Thurman wants to be in the ring with? No, he wanted to get the Errol Spence. So now you've wasted all of this time, bro. All of this time just to get the type of fight that you were trying to avoid, which is like a Stanionis fight. You feel me? Like it's self-inflicted.
He missed his window opportunity a while back as well. So I mean, and I like like Keith as a fighter. I always liked him as a fighter. I didn't like his moves.
He from your hometown. He from your hometown. You should like him.
Don't stop that again. Don't stop that. I'm not trying to cut him.
Is he from Tampa Bay? Is he from the Tampa Bay area?
He's from Clearwater.
Are you? Is that the Tampa? Is that the Tampa Bay area? Is that the Tampa Bay area?
It's not the same city. He's from a different city.
Is that the Tampa Bay area? Yes or no?
I don't do no Bay Area. I've never said I'm from the Bay Area. He's from Clearwater. I don't care what you say.
The Tampa Bay, that St. Pete area. Number one, he's from that St. Pete area. That's all Tampa Bay area. It's all Tampa Bay. It's all Tampa Bay. It's all good. It's like somebody saying, no. You from St. Paul, but I'm from Minneapolis. It's all the same thing, man. Shut up. He from your place.
Yeah, exactly. Clearwater is Clearwater. Tampa is Tampa. Stop it.
I don't give a damn what Renaissance Dad say. All of you niggas. Almost dropped the N bump. All of y'all, that whole area, that Tampa Bay area, that's the Tampa Bay area. If you go into Clearwater, they all got on they all got on Buccaneer shirts. They're all from Tampa Bay.
And y'all Disney. Y'all all Disney, right? Orlando's all Disney, right? Altamont Springs,
it's a part of Orlando. What are you talking about? Disney's a part of. Yes. Kissimmee is a part of Orlando. Yes, I claim it all.
You from Disney? You from Disney?
Disney is a part of Orlando. Yes, it's all Orlando. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Altamont. That's fine. I take it. Because I know what the greater Orlando area is, just like I know what the greater Tampa Bay area is, and I've already shown you what is considered the greater Tampa Bay area. So your brethren, Keith Thurman, Andre Berto, all those guys, Ricky Wright, y'all all from the Tampa Bay area. Let's move on.
From the city of Clearwater is where Keith Thurman is from.
Who cares? It's all Tampa Bay
area.
So what?
I'm from the Bay Area. They say Bay Area, they think it's California. No one thinks about no damn Bay Area. Talking about Tampa, St. Pete.
I said this Tampa Bay area. That's what I said. I didn't say the Bay Area.
No one from
Hold on. The Tampa Bay area is a major metropolitan area surrounding Tampa Bay. Let me finish. No, let me finish. Tampa Bay. No. Tampa Bay on the Gulf Coast of Florida in the United States. It includes the main cities of Tampa, St. Pete, and Clearwater. It's all Tampa Bay. Y'all all from the same place. Let's move on. Stop. Y'all from the same place. It don't matter where I'm from. That's what it is. That is what the Tampa Bay area is. Now you want to change the map. Go ahead, man.
I was from the city. I said the city. I'm from Tampa. I don't call it Tampa Bay area.
I don't give a damn where you from. It's all the same to everybody outside. It's all the same. It's all Tampa Bay, man. You all the same. Go ahead. No. To the Census Bureau. It's all the same. That's what they define it as Tampa. Okay? Move on.
You said Tampa? That's not. Is it Tampa Bay or the Tampa Bay? Which one is it now? You just said find it in Tampa. Which one is it?
All the same. It's all synonymous. Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, all synonymous. When I go there, I don't know if I'm in Clearwater or St. Pete. You don't know where St. Pete begins and Tampa ends. Let's go.
You full of shit.
Let's go.
Man, hush.
Go to the next topic.
Orange County is Los Angeles, and Busch Gardens is Disney. Man, hush.
I'm done. You know I've already killed you. It's okay. Go ahead.
Said that, right? Greg sipping on some. He's sipping on some yak right now. He's sipping on some straight up yak. Talking about Tampa, ain't the same thing.
Man, what you talking about? I just read the definition of the Tampa Bay area. Just go to the next topic, man.
Now you said Tampa Bay area.
I've been saying Tampa Bay area. What are you talking about?
Wake up your mind, old man. God dang it.
Hey man, listen. I claim your fighters. You
starting this shit, man.
Claim your fighters. Let's move on to the next topic.
Damn you.
Move on to the next topic.
All right.
Terry Smoot, the cognac don't have me on nothing. We do this all the time. Go ahead. Hey, Ray Davis. No, Daytona's not a part of Orlando. It's not.
Yeah, it is. It's on the same highway.
Let's go and look up. Let's go and look up Orlando metropolitan area.
End up in Daytona. Oh, y'all all the same. Daytona, Mickey Mouse.
So now you're just making up stuff. The Orlando metropolitan area, commonly referred to as the Greater Orlando or the best city in Central Florida, the U.S. Census purposes as Orlando, Kissimmee, Sanford, Florida Metropolitan Statistical Area. So no, Daytona is not Orlando. Stop it.
Y'all right there. Alchemy Springs right there too. Stop it. What else?
Yes. No, not Deltona. Winter Garden, yes. Sanford, yes. Altamont Spring, yes. Kissimmee, yes. All of those areas, yes.
All the same.
The rest of anyway, you just mad. Let's go to the next topic, man. You lost
this shit, man. God dang
it. Take your L, man. Take your L. Go ahead.
I hope you choke on that shit.
Boy, you're a hater. Let's go.
Hey, I be that sometimes. Anyway, stop talking about hating, as some people will probably say. The IBF stripped Bud of his belt. So Boots got the belt now.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, November 25th, Boots was supposed to be fighting Cody Crowley.
Yeah.
That to me would have been for the vacant belt, because they want to strip whoever it was. This is not against Bud. This was going to be stripped regardless, because Spence was going to be stripped if he had beaten Bud, because they weren't coming back to the weight class. So what's the point of them staying at keeping the belt if they're not going to stay at the weight class? It makes no sense to me. Bud was still undisputed. He hasn't been beaten. He can't keep the belts. If he goes up to 154, 168, where he's supposed to keep all the belts 147 and hold the weight class. That was the problem ahead of time. Y'all people were complaining about Spence not defending his title. Now all of a sudden, Bud ain't defending the title. Bud had no reason to defend the fight. He said he wasn't. He said he's not coming down here. It's not worth his time. Boots is not known enough. Back in November of last year, when he fought David Avenesian, he said, "Oh, Boots' name never came up. Now you want to fight him. What is it? If Bud wants to go back down to 147 and be officially undisputed after he fights Spence, go down and fight Boots and try to take the belt back from him. Get your belt back." That was it. It's not a Bud thing. So don't be emotional, be fragile about saying, "Oh, they don't like Bud." It wasn't Bud thing. IBF was going to do this anyway. Boots has been waiting for 2 years. The reason Spence had to defend, because he was unifying titles. That was why. So this was going to happen. It ain't against Bud. This was IBF.
Yeah, so here's my opinion on this. And this is where it makes absolutely positively no sense to me, some of the comments and the things that people say in the comment section. When you think about this whole, let's go back a ways, Jen. Let me take you guys back for a minute. A few months ago, early January, we talked about Jaron Ennis and the fact that supposedly he had the opportunity for Terence Crawford with BOK Prime. We've already dismissed that. Prior to that, if you go a little bit further back, you start to hear this narrative that has been generated by Terence Crawford fans that Jaron Ennis somehow chose the IBF route. You went the IBF route. You didn't go the WBO route. You went the IBF route. Me personally, I don't believe in routes. I believe that the guy chose to fight in eliminators associated with a sanctioning body that was actually forcing fights to occur so that someone had to defend the title. The WBO had not moved in their rankings in like 11 months. So that's number one, right? But when you hear this narrative from Terence Crawford fans, they'll tell you, Jay, that Boots should have petitioned the WBO. Why didn't he petition the WBO? He should have petitioned the WBO. Why didn't he do that? He didn't do that. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. But he has petitioned the IBF for his opportunity to fight. You guys stated that he chose the IBF route and he petitioned to fight next for the IBF title. Who is the current champion of the IBF, or was the current champion of the IBF? It was Terence Crawford. So he petitioned the IBF. It didn't matter if it was Terence Crawford or Errol Spence. They had to fight him next, and he chose not to. So how can you in one breath say, why didn't he petition the WBO, but then have a gripe with the fact that he petitioned the IBF, and because Terence Crawford is unwilling or unable to face him next, that he was stripped of the title? Make it make sense, guys. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Period.
None.
So that's where I'm
mad.
And I didn't hold on real quick. I done told you guys, I remember, I keep receipts. I'm a master of using your own words against you. So the same petitioning that you had an issue with that he lacked from the WBO is the same petition that is now biting Crawford in his ass. Deal with it if you're a Terence Crawford fan. Now, personally, I just feel like they should. I think they should take the title from him because he can't face him next, and that's okay. We understand that Terence Crawford was undisputed at welterweight. You can't take that away from him. Taking the IBF title is not taking that away from him, and we're not saying that that's taking it away from him. For whatever reason, though, people think that we are just hating on Terence Crawford. We're not, Jake. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Blood fans that are mad about IBF. Oh, wait till the WBA, the WBO. come knocking, the WBC come knocking. They coming for their belts too. And guess what? They gonna strip Bud as well. Why? Bud is not fighting at 147 any longer. He's not. The money ain't there for him. The money ain't there. He's two-time undisputed champion. That would never be taken away from, no matter if the IBF stripped their belt, which they did. WO, WC, WA, if they follow suit, he's still the two-time undisputed champion. That's never been done in men's boxing in the four-belt era. So he still gets that. You just can't keep that and take those belts to the next weight class. You can't. You're holding up the weight division. That's one of the things that a lot of people complain about Spence for holding his belts when he was unified. So it's gonna be okay, y'all. It's gonna be okay. But it's still undisputed two-time champion. It's not a big deal. They yanked the stuff from Mel, And also, Bud got his IBF belt rank yanked from him when he was at 140 as well. So I mean,
hey man,
it's a big deal.
Sometimes it's interesting to me, Jay, because people feel that we are haters in regards to. Hold on, real quick. Let me pause. I got my guy, Jason Williams. Jason Williams in the building. I got to acknowledge my guy, Jason Williams. And he says, breaking news. AM Sports Media is now the best YouTube podcast show. The earned it via email, you bastard.
We petitioned for it, damn it. We petitioned for it. It wasn't defended in over 18 months, so we got it. You damn right we are.
Oh, you bastard, Jason Williams. Oh, you a bastard.
He put a little red light alerts and everything. And here comes Terrence Luke. You got mail. You know what? All y'all go to hell, damn it.
I made the comment, Jay, that people are calling Jaron Ennis an email champion. But how is it that you're going to call him an email champion when he hasn't had your boy Terence Crawford won't give him the chance to fight for the title? How is he supposed to be anything other than quote unquote an email champion if they won't fight him? Spence and people that have followed the channel knows that I've said that I believe that Errol Spence should fight Jaron Ennis in the event that he beat Terence Crawford. But at the end of the day, Errol's not going to fight him. I don't think Errol's going to fight him. I don't think Errol's going to fight him if he won or lose. I think Errol was more likely to fight him than Terence, but I don't think they were going to fight. Terence is not going to fight him. So how else is he going to get the title, guys? I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Let me tell you something, and this is what I've gleaned from a number of comments that I've seen in the comment section. Terence Crawford fans are afraid of Jaron Ennis. They're afraid of him. Because you don't make these comments about they're turning into Canelo fans. Who has he fought? He needs to go fight somebody else. He needs to go fight so and so and so and so. Now they're acting as promoters. Well, he's trash. If he's trash, he hasn't fought anybody. He should be easy pickings for Terence Crawford. Why are you so concerned about him? The reason why is because the kid is young, strong, long, dangerous, and has skills. That's why. And I picked Terence Crawford to win that fight because I don't think Ennis is seasoned enough yet to beat Terence Crawford, in my opinion. I don't think he's seasoned enough. So I'm aligned with most Terence Crawford fans that he won't win, but I think that I have more confidence that he won't win than Terence Crawford fans do. And that's the reason why they don't want to see the fight, in my opinion, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, as far as Spence, if Spence had beat Bud, he wasn't fighting Boots neither. This is going to happen regardless because Spence wasn't going. Spence said he was done at 147 after this fight with Bud. So if he had beaten Bud, he wasn't going to. He was going to get stripped just like Bud got stripped. So this ain't against Bud. This was going to happen anyway because the belt wasn't defended. It wasn't defended. So that was going to happen. Doesn't matter. You know, they're not taking Bud out the record book saying he's not two-time undisputed champion.
Exactly.
He earned that. He
earned
that because he got the WBO belt, and he allowed Spence to get the other belts. So he fight one time to get all the belts.
Motorsport says, shake my head. Crawford was supposed to get announced in his next fight as undisputed welterweight world champion. Why would you think that? Unless he's fighting at 47 again. And why would you think that? Like, why would you think that? He was announced as undisputed when he won the undisputed title. So why did he get the opportunity to be announced as undisputed again? For what? Why? He could have been announced as undisputed next. He should have just gave Errol Spence some step aside money. Give him $5 million to step aside so he can be announced as the undisputed welterweight world champion against Jaron Ennis. Everybody would have been. Yeah.
So he can be announced. Mel was announced against Canelo, so they can build it as undisputed versus undisputed.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Mel got his belt yanked too.
Exactly.
He got his belt yanked.
Exactly.
No, y'all won't think about that.
Real quick, Jay, we got 83 people in the building, 39 likes. If you get the opportunity, smash that like button, fam, so that other people can find this content. And if you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast on Sports Media. We are always dropping boxing content, and lately we've been dropping other content as well relative to the NBA and college football. Check us out and make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And if you feel so inclined, think about super chat or whatever they call it. What is super thanks? Think about it, guys. It helps the channel to continue to grow, and it helps us to keep bringing this great content to you guys. So think about that. All right, Jay, go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, if Bud wants to be announced as undisputed for another fight after he fights Spence, fight Boots and get his belt back.
Yeah,
that's all he has to do.
That's all he got to do. If
he still has the other 3 belts, go ahead and fight Boots. And again, for the umpteenth time, we're still taking Bud to beat Boots if they want to fight.
Yes, I don't think.
But we want to see the best fight the best, and always fighting in mandatories was Bud's mantra. It didn't happen, so the title got stripped, and the title was going to be stripped regardless of who won out of Bud and Spence. So I mean, he's at 154. Trying to go to 160, trying to go to 168. Hell, I heard Bud might go up to a 200 and fight the winner of Tyson Fury and Usyk, because he can win based on what some of y'all say. He can beat Usyk, he can beat Fury, he can beat everyone. I mean, the Fury that fought Ngannou, he might be able to beat him, but
hey, listen to what Jason Williams said. This is the only way that you can take belts off Bud, because they can't do it in the ring. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. He can lose every belt outside the ring as long as he loses. No, I'm just joking. I'm just being funny. Go ahead, Jay.
Nah, I mean, but the thing is, it's like, I don't want some Bud fans think this was strictly an attack on Bud, and it wasn't. That wasn't the case. Read the IBF rule book. Check the IBF out. Check them out and read what they said. Read what they did. What they actually wrote stuff to Bud, saying that they mandated a fight with him and Boots. That was mandated. Now he said he wasn't gonna fight Boots, so you can't hold a belt for him forever if you're not defending it. So this has nothing to do against Bud. You know, am I happy he got it stripped? Nah. I want to see him defend it, but he wasn't going to defend it, so it had to happen one way or another. You know, now that Boots is a champion, you know, will he be avoided now? People said he didn't bring anything to the table. He has a belt now.
Yes, he's already been avoided. He's avoided by Terence Crawford. What are we talking about?
Yeah. Motorsport sports, regardless of Bud won it 90 days ago, it was a win that was supposed to be defended. We talked about this on a previous video. It was supposed to be defended already.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's similar to what happened.
After Bud and Spence fought, it was supposed to be defended.
It's similar to what happened with Mel. Similar to what happened to Mel. They gave him, matter of fact, they gave him more of an opportunity, because if I'm not mistaken, they were supposed to be, that title was supposed to be defended by July. So they gave him additional opportunity to say that whether or not he was going to make the fight with Errol Spence or, you know, fight Jaron Ennis. And apparently maybe he's, you know, signaled to the IBF that he's going to fight Errol Spence next. But at the end of the day, you know, it happens, dog. And I'm glad that the IBF, they enforce their rules. I mean, it's really just that simple.
Yeah. You know, and a lot of people were complaining about Bud Spence holding up the 147 pound by not defending their titles. Now you're mad that the one sanctioning body took the title so it could be defended by other people. That's actually going to be fighting at 147. It can't be both ways. And again, stop thinking it's a Bud thing. It's not a Bud thing. Everyone ain't out to get Bud. This one out to get Bud. This was because IBF had been waiting for 2 years.
You made
and they mandated for him to fight Boots.
You made a great point there, man. They now have an issue. They had everybody was a lot of Terence Crawford fans were saying Errol Spence was holding up the division. So, but when he had those belts, now that he doesn't have those belts were belts that Terence Crawford had. Now that is no longer an issue. That same stuff that Terence Crawford fans were saying. So that's the kind of stuff that I really don't understand. And the whole order, I remember arguing with people in the comment section when they were talking about, no, who's in order next is the WBC. It's the WBC. WBC is next. So he can't, they already got an agreement that it's the WBC. Well, you found out very quickly that the IBF didn't give a damn about what's next for the WBC. Found that out very quickly. So it is what it is. It is what it is, my friend.
And motorsport sports, you're talking about Mel being afforded just to be so you can say he's current undisputed champion. Bud's going to be announced at Bud's next fight. He's going to be announced as the former two-time undisputed champion of the world, 140, 147. He's still going to be announced that because that's what he is. He just don't got the belt no more because he's not fighting there no more. He can't keep the belt and just take it with him no matter where he goes. It's not his no more. He's not fighting at 147. And again, this wasn't a Bud thing. They had already talked about this. This was already out there. I knew the fight. The fact that if Spencer won, he said he wants to stay at 147. So he was going to lose that belt. IBF was going to be stripped. So when these other sanctioning bodies come and start stripping Bud, what you going to say then? Now, I will give y'all a caveat this. If Bud goes back down to 147 after this Spence fight, then it'll be shitty, but he still didn't defend the belt. So it is what it is. But did y'all say anything about that one when he got stripped of it at 140?
Of course not. We're not going to talk about that. But it's still two-time undisputed champion, and it didn't get it via Gmail. We agree. We agree.
Yeah. He got one belt, and he let someone else get all the other belts and beat the one guy for the other 3 belts instead of having to get all the belts himself.
Hey, Modern King Boxing, appreciate you, fam. $5, appreciate that, fam. For real, thank you. And we got 98 people in the building, 51 likes. Guys, smash that like button so people can find this content. Please hit the like button so folks can find this content. And if you're new to this channel, this is AM Sports Media, the Angry Man Podcast. We are always dropping boxing content and other sports-related content as well. So make sure you check us out. Hit the subscribe button and become a part of the fam. Also, for those of you who may be interested, think about becoming a member, man. It also supports the channel and helps us to bring you this great content. Now, we've been debating here for a while, Jay. I'm going off script here a little bit, but we've been debating on whether or not we're going to do another documentary. We've been struggling with the documentaries because YouTube continuously flags documentaries, and it's really deflating and defeating when they flag your documentaries because it kind of drains the energy out of you, Jay. But you guys tell us if that's a path that we need to go back down and risk doing it again. Definitely not a Bud Crawford documentary, as I do not have the stomach to go through his whole life story. But anything else, I would be more than obliged to do it.
Hey, Greg, real quick. Hey, Jason Williams, don't worry on the Bud document. We'll email it to you.
Appreciate that, Nate Dogg. Yeah, I've actually started 3 of them and just have not had the will to see them to completion because YouTube just keeps flagging them, and it's I don't know. It's tough when you spend so many hours on that stuff, man, and they flag it and that kind of stuff. It wears you out. But anyway, yeah, man. What's next, Jay? Was that the last thing we had on our agenda before we open up the phone lines?
I mean, the only thing we got left is Shakur Stevenson's statements about a question that Bud told RC from the Pivot to ask him about if he felt he was promoted fairly or properly with Top Rank. Yeah. And Kerr said he laughed at the question at first. And then he says, yeah, but then he says he promotes himself well. He doesn't really need them in a sense. And so I'm paraphrasing so much. He says he promotes himself really well. And he can also touch that fact that he's a free agent next year. So was he shading Bud because he says he promotes himself so well and Bud had some issues with the way he was marketed with Top Rank and getting the fights that he really wanted with Top Rank?
Absolutely. He shaded him. Now, was it intentionally? No, it was inadvertently. When asked specifically, the question coming from Terence Crawford, and he's basically saying, well, no, because I promote myself. And we know that Terence Crawford had issues with Top Rank because he felt that Top Rank wasn't doing the appropriate job in terms of promoting him. Well, basically, Shakur Stevenson pointed out the fact that you have to also be your own promoter. And that's something that we had argued and articulated on this channel on multiple occasions, that you cannot solely rely on your promoter. Meaning, If you have a promoter that's saying you need to do A, B, and C, and you're telling the promoter that because of your personality type, you're only willing to do C, and you don't become the star that you think you are destined to be, that's your issue. As they used to say on Cash Money Records, that's your issue. You need to make sure that you are also promoting yourself, not only through your social media platform, but also making sure that you are joined at the hip in regards to promoting yourself with your promoter. So it's not just a failure of your promoter. If you did not turn into a star, that's also your failure. And not only that, Jay, if you take a fighter, right, and you're the promoter and you know that this is the recipe that has worked, this is the formula that has worked in the past to promote big stars in the sport, and you put that individual in the same situation, you give them the same opportunity, you put them on the same platform, and they bomb because they don't have the requisite personality in order to grab the attention of the viewers, that's your problem as the fighter. I don't think Terence Crawford has demonstrated the requisite personality to become a star. Now, does he have that somewhere? I believe he does, because we saw the interaction that he had with Ray Jack the last week, and we've seen it again this past week. So he definitely has the personality to become a star. As far as I'm concerned, he just needs to tap into that aspect of his personality. But I think with Shakur Stevenson and the way that he responded to that question, understanding that that question came directly from Terence Crawford, and the fact that he mentioned that he promotes himself, so the job that Top Rank is currently doing is a requisite job, that's inadvertently throwing shade. To me, I can't read it any other way.
Yeah. No, I mean, the thing with Bud right now, his interaction with Ray Jack on Twitter, man, the last 2 weeks, they've been they've been battling the last 2 weeks. It's been great. That personality that Bud is showing right there has been awesome, man. I'm like, damn, Bud clowning. And the thing about it is, some Bud super fans, not y'all, some of y'all, but not all y'all, got mad saying that Ray Jack was out of pocket for some of the stuff he said when Bud said something about he's his daddy and stuff like that. Ray Jack said something about, please bring your sister and whatnot. The sister came on, clown, started joking around, and it was all love. I really think that if Bud met Ray Jack, they'll be clowning and chopping it up. I'm gonna
tell you something, man, and this is just my personal opinion, and I could be wrong about this, but this is what I've heard, and I'm gonna give you my experience and what I've heard. What I've heard is that Bomac is actually really cool. That's what I've heard. And I've heard that directly from somebody that is a person that is pro PBC, that Bomac is really cool. My personal experience with someone out of Terence Crawford camp is they're cool. Like we had Terence Crawford cousin on here, G Nice, and I plan to have him back on the platform again once something is announced with Errol and Terence, or whatever Terence does next is announced, and I'll have him back on the platform. But man, dude is cool as hell, man. And I mean, we chopped it up and we met on common ground. And I asked him directly, I said, yo, man, if I were to come to Omaha, would Crawford kick my ass? And he said no. He said he'll press you. But nah, man, we cool. And I believe it. I think if I showed up in Omaha at Terence Crawford's gym, he'd probably press me on my comments, and we'd have a conversation. Because I do genuinely believe that Crawford's more than likely a cool guy, just based off of just his interaction on Twitter, man. I think he's probably cool. I just haven't agreed with a lot of the stuff that he's done from a business standpoint.
Yeah.
But not only that, people get upset with us, Jay, because our videos were outlining what we felt were the grievances that we had with Terence Crawford in regards to some of the things he's done. Even the resume video, people take the resume video as us saying that Terence Crawford was going to get washed. If you listen to the video in its totality, you would have actually heard that we said none of these resumes actually matter at the end of the video. They got a chance to prove who's the best fighter on July, 29th. So it's just so interesting that people, man, dude, they listen to the first few minutes of a video, they run to the comment section, they create narratives. This guy was in the comment section the other day saying that we were clowns and that we have been saying we've done so many videos saying that Terence Crawford was going to get washed. Not in one video did we ever say Terence Crawford was going to get washed. We always said it was a 50-50 fight. So these guys are just amazing. Ain't that right, Jason Williams? Jason Williams said, "Don't do it, Greg. They're going to have another fish fry courtesy of your backside."
So, Greg, Jason Williams brought up a question like, how do we feel about Boot's personality? Do we feel he has more personality than Bud or what? I'm like,
just like Crawford.
Nah, Boot's
just like Crawford.
Like that.
Just like Crawford.
Yeah.
Agreed. Just like Crawford. He's just like Crawford.
Yeah.
That's one thing that he needs to try to improve on as well. Just like Crawford. Nope. Greg, I said band up. I said it was 50-50, but I'm now leaning toward Errol Spence. So I started saying that it's more like a 52-48. That's what I said. 52-48, not 55-45.
You said no 60-40, nothing like that.
52-48.
So, it will. We don't think Boots has a crazy personality either, like that. You know, it's all about what's around him that's going to push him and how he's promoted. That's why I was pissed off with Bud when he re-signed with Top Rank. I want him to get away from Top Rank so he gets some of the better fights and be promoted better. Because I knew Bud had the talent. I just want to see him on a different platform than Top Rank because I didn't like the way he was being moved over there. Now, granted, Bob said he was losing money on him and whatnot because he wasn't really marketable in that way. And Bud's just a quiet dude for the most part. Now, this Bud right now, the one that's going back and forth with Ray Jack, and after the way he dominated the fight against Spence, this can work for him now. Granted, he's 96 years old now, but it can work for him for the last. I'm kidding. He's 36, so it can work for him the last couple of years because I don't think Bud's gonna fight more than a couple of years anyway. He don't have nothing else to do. He don't have nothing else to prove. He's not gonna get a Canelo fight to try to be undisputed 3 times. That's not gonna happen because it's not enough money for Canelo to do that. He wouldn't get the credit anyway if he beat Bud. Bud's coming up from 147. So I wouldn't do it if I'm Canelo unless they're gonna give me a boatload of money. They're gonna have to pay me $40 million for that and make it worth my time. So, but yeah.
Jay in the building. What's up, fam? What's going on with you? All right, man.
We don't know where Boots gonna go at next. We really don't know. I mean, that hasn't come out yet, but he would have been on that last Showtime fight pay-per-view on the 25th if Crowley hadn't pulled out. So
Crowley said, "Mm-mm."
Yeah, he said not yet.
Y'all ain't about to get me up in here with the killer. No, sir. All right, man. So I got the phone lines open now, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to start taking calls. So let us know if you. I bet I know who's gonna be one of the first people to call in. I guarantee you. I bet you it's Walt. Ryan Prentice said, "Explain what happened with the U."
What happened with your name, Ryan?
Damn. And for those of you that don't know, Ryan our homeboy. So
you talking to us? I see. I got you, Ryan.
Yo, you on the Angry Man podcast with Jason and Greg. Who we have in the building with us right now?
You know you got your boy Band Up, man.
Band Up, what's going on with your fam?
You know it's good. You know it's all good with me. You know, I'm feeling real good because we held them boys scoreless in the second half. I'm telling you, we need to be ranked number 1. UW is coming for everything, and we took the interception to win the game.
You talking about USC, the team that has a coach that's toying with the NFL?
It was Utah. It was Utah, wasn't it?
No, it was USC, wasn't it? It was USC.
Yeah, Utah.
No, they played USC.
I don't care. We putting in work. We making noise out here. We is winning. We are 9-0. We play who is in front of us. You dig? We didn't choose this schedule. We play who's in front of us, and we put in work. That's what we're doing this year. UW is taking it all the way. We ain't losing. And I'm gonna tell you this until you guys just hop on the wagon with me. We got 2 more seats, and this ain't Jason and Greg AM podcast reserved.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. So y'all in the Pac-12, right?
Yes, we is.
Yeah. So you guys have a championship game, right?
Yeah.
And who do you believe your championship game will be against?
Whoever's in front of us.
No, I'm asking you a question. Who do you believe it'll be against?
I don't know. I don't know who's going to be against. I'm going to keep it a stack. I don't know who's going to be.
Who do you think is going to be against?
It's gonna
whoever
be
the best person out there, so we can shut you up. Because you talk about we ain't playing no real defense. No, we ain't playing no soft. We ain't playing against no real defenses or whatever you trying to say. We ain't playing nobody with a defense. And then, hold up. And then the week before that, the team before that just had what? Did he have the Heisman quarterback or something like that? And you still don't want to give us our respect.
We give y'all respect. Washington is good. I just don't think y'all going. I think y'all gonna lose.
Hold up, Greg. I got a question for you, Bando. You say y'all held Utah scoreless in the second half, right?
Yep. USC.
Utah got a crazy offense like that. So y'all should hold them scoreless.
USC, brother. How many times we gotta tell you they played USC?
They played Utah yesterday, not USC. They played USC a couple weeks ago. They played Utah last night.
We're going to get you on Google, Jason, because we was just USC yesterday. Hold on.
Take a look. USC played Oregon.
Hold on. Huskies football. We going. Boom.
Yeah. Come at me. They won 35-28.
Well, Jason be happy when he write about something. You can tell he rarely write. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, you got it, Jason. But still, I'm excited that we held them scoreless. Yeah, that shows our defense capability. If you can't even get in field goal range, what's that telling you? If we come out, if you guys have 24 points in the first half, and we come out at halftime, and we go into that locker room at halftime, and we devise a plan, and we come out, when we execute perfectly, what's that? What's that? We a good offense and good defense because we didn't stop scoring.
I mean,
we was down at one point in time in the game.
I think y'all good. I just don't think y'all going undefeated.
All right, we're gonna show you. We're gonna have to show you.
Y'all gotta show me.
In the championship.
Y'all gotta show me.
You said what? You said Oregon?
Yeah, y'all gonna play Oregon.
Oregon's number 2.
And what happened last time we went against Oregon? We left them boys sad in Seattle. Them guys took a long 3-hour bus ride back to Oregon sad.
That was then.
Oh, y'all just let that one bad up. That was a close game, man. I
was there. Oh, I know. It was a close game. I heard the fireworks go off every time we scored. Oh, yeah, it was good. It was live action. You know what I mean? They did what they could. But hey, we all we did was get better from then.
I don't think so. But go ahead.
Look, we're going to have to handle Oregon, and then I'm going to have to come back and tell Jason and Greg again, bro. It's okay. But, but to get to this boxing stuff, man, look, I got a question. You think Keith should just hang it up?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And, because I don't think he wants to smoke with what's it called, Boots. I do think he can beat. I don't know why that December fight got canceled. I did hear you guys say that today. I want to know a little bit more on that. I don't know why that got canceled, but I think he was going to beat. Who was it? Stanley Onis he was going against. I do think he was going to beat him, but I just don't think Keith is going to beat Boots, and I don't think if he's not going to fight Boots, he's not going to go up because he might. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if he fights one more 147 and then go up because he do seem like he want to smoke with Bud and EJ, but EJ keep telling him he don't want to give it to him. But EJ might have to give it to him if Keith move up to 154 because that'd be nice. But then again, he might not because there's a lot of people up there, so it's a little 50-50 with that in my eyes. But I don't think Bud. I don't think Bud gonna want to fight him either. I think he's in the same kind of predicament. Like the guys is looking past him. No matter what he do, I think his best option is to move up at 54 though.
You talking about Thurman, right?
I'm talking about Keith.
If he move up to 154, I think he should. Man, I think he should have one more fight and call it a day, bro. I think he's not getting back to the top of the welterweight division. Who can he beat at 54? I mean, he had trouble with Barrios. Barrios is proven to be a little bit better than we thought, but I don't think he can beat Tim.
He can do a rematch with Danny.
I don't know, but Danny's going to be fighting for the 160-pound title. Now, granted, it's catchweight, but still.
Yeah, 155.
Do you think he can beat
if
Mel?
Danny lose, that's an enticing rematch right there.
I don't think he can beat Mel. Errol's not going to fight him. I don't think he can beat Zoo. Brian Mendoza would be a challenge. I don't think he can beat Fundora. Like, who can he beat there?
He can beat Castano. I think he can beat Castano.
No, I don't think he can beat Castano either.
I think that would be a good decisive fight.
2 years.
Because of the height and the hand speed, I think that would be a good fight.
I think it'll be a good fight, but Keith, if you ask me, could Keith beat Castaño a few years ago? Yeah, I don't think Keith can maintain the mobility long enough at 35 years old in order to beat Castaño, because he's going to have to be on his bike to beat Castaño. Now, Keith, that was like 28, 29, yeah. 35-year-old Keith, don't think so.
Yeah, I'm just curious on that little Keith thing. I ain't going to hop on the Bud thing because I'm aligned with y'all guys. If he ain't going to be there and it's a clear indication he's moving up, they're going to take all the best from him anyway.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? And hold up. And Bud did not duck boots. Bud has been busy, Greg. I heard you slip that one in there. He didn't duck boots. He is contractually obligated to fight Errol Spence.
I was just joking, man. I was just joking. That was a joke.
I know. Hold on. I heard you slip that one in there. Hold up.
Yeah, I dropped it in there. I just wanted to make sure you were paying attention. That's all.
Oh, you already know I'm on it. But all right, I'm gonna let you guys get with it, man. Salute.
All right, man. Appreciate you, band up.
Yeah, it's good.
Later. All right, DLMB, what's going on with you, fam? Saw you in the comment section on one of the other videos, man. Salute.
What's happening? O'Tonovan say Castaño too big, Keith would die. And F Bud.
Oh yeah, we got another FSU fan in the building. What's going on with you, fam?
What's going on, brothers? I wanted to say to Jason, enjoy the Sunny Delight Bowl. Enjoy the Sunny Delight Bowl.
Hey, I'll be if y'all don't win, it don't matter.
Even Jason don't believe that.
Real quick though, you guys are talking about Tank coming back fighting Shakur or Haney. Yet them dudes are getting ready to fight back to back. You know Tank's gonna get a tune-up before that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just let him go get right because he was in jail and all that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I just mean he needs to fight one of them, at least one in 2024.
And you guys are taking away from his resume because he beat Barrios, and Barrios don't went up and beat Ugas and all them. So Barrios is better than he was better than a better win than even when Tank beat him.
I'm not taking away from his win. All I'm saying is that right now, if you look at the video that we did, I think he and Devin are basically on par right now, and Teo is right there with him. But Devin fighting.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that.
Devin fighting Regis next is what elevates him to me a little bit past Tank at that point if he were to beat Regis Prograis.
And one other thing, here's the thing I don't like about them stripping Crawford, because Canelo took years and went up and fought at Big One on them, and they didn't touch that belt, man.
Agreed. They should have.
They didn't touch it. So I think they should have let Crawford fight Arrow again, and then come back. And if he come back, at least give him that time to decide if he's going to just stay at 154 or come back. You know what I mean? I'm glad Boots got the belt because I know ain't nobody going to fight that kid. I don't even think Terence wants to fight him, and I agree. I lean towards Terence, but that'll be something where Terence could catch one in too. So
yeah, no, I agree, and I'm perfectly fine with them stripping Terence Crawford of the belt because I know the pain that it causes his fans.
And the brother who just called up about UW, he might be right because UW, when they play Oregon, them receivers on UW give Oregon a lot of trouble. That's a 50-50 game, man. It's like the matchup is just, you can't call it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think I got to humble Band Up, man. I got to humble him because he coming and he talking about Washington. I got to humble him a little bit. But no, man, Washington is a solid team, and it'll be a good game in their championship game. I'm looking forward to all these games coming up here in the next few weeks. I don't know how it's going to shake out.
Georgia, keep watching because we'll be playing in that Final Four. You know what I'm saying? Looking all good in that burgundy and gold shining. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what we're gonna wear that night. What you think, Greg? You think we're gonna throw on some black or something tonight? You know, we get in the Final Four.
So let me say this. Let me say this. So we still got to win. We got to go into the swamp and beat Florida. I think we're gonna do that. I think Louisville's gonna be a competitive game in the ACC championship. I think we got a very strong chance to get there. In the event we get there, right? I don't think we're going to win the game. I don't think we're going to win.
No, I agree. Because I just think Norville's play calling and we're inconsistent in games. We get rolling, and then Norville starts calling some stupid trick plays and stuff when we don't need it. Like we were up 14, and then you start calling backward screens and all that. And it's just, if when Florida State goes right at teams, they can't really stop the offense. So when he starts that little trickery stuff, it takes the flow of the game right away from him. You know what I mean? And I don't know, you don't know anything about that, Jay, with them with that Mario Cristobal and then Crispy Critters y'all got down there, dude.
Weren't you saying that y'all gonna beat us down? Didn't you say that?
Dude, Jay, I don't care if we won by half a point on a half a field goal.
No, I'm talking about
we have to beat your ass. That's all you gotta know.
I watch a game with you.
Y'all have a great day, though.
All right, man. Appreciate you. All right, that was my guy FSU Walt in the building. Nah, man, we're not gonna win one of those. If we get to the playoffs, we're not gonna win one of those games, unfortunately. But to me, FSU getting to the college football playoffs, considering where we were 4 years ago after that bum Jimbo Fisher, who by the way is out of a job right now.
Out of here.
Jimbo Fisher destroyed FSU's program before he left. He absolutely crumbled he just crushed the program. And he was a garbage ass coach, and I knew he was not going to be good in Texas A&M. And I told someone that Texas A&M was not a better job than Florida State. I don't know why they believed that was the case. Regardless of what conference Texas A&M is in, regardless of how much money they have, Texas A&M, in my opinion, is not a blue blood school relative to football, and therefore it would never be a better job than FSU. There are some better jobs than FSU, for sure. Texas, Georgia, Bama, all better jobs. Maybe USC, Ohio State, all better jobs than FSU. Texas A&M, not so much.
I'll take 77 million. Stay home.
Yeah, it's my lender for life. What's going on, Jerry?
Oh Lord.
Well, what?
I have to start off this conversation by saying, can I please speak to Angry Man Greg? Is he in the house?
I'm in the building.
Wait.
I'm in the building. I'm pissed off.
Okay.
I can tell you right now, I'm pissed.
Look, Jason. I need a petition for Nice Man Greg to just go on vacation for a while. Just go on vacation, because I'm totally confused. Let me ask, Greg, do you believe or don't you believe in sanctioning routes? WBO, IBF, because we're saying two different things. You're saying that Boots got out of WBO because the IBF was the easier route. Then you go and say you don't really believe in it. So can I get you on record? Which one is it?
I don't
Very
believe
important,
that.
because I'm going to follow that up.
Yeah, I don't believe Jaron Ennis.
Either way, you're about to get cooked. But go ahead.
Yeah, show me. Either way, I don't believe Jaron Ennis chose a route per se. It was one sanctioning body that was actually moving, and the other one was not. They had the same rankings for 11 months straight and was not forcing.
Is that not choosing a route?
No, it's not choosing a route.
Hold on. Is this Angry Man?
Yeah.
Okay. That's you saying that there's a better route one way or another, no?
It's an opportunity.
Please, in the comment section, let me know if I'm going crazy. Are you not saying that one route is easier or better than the other?
So let me clarify. There was a route to end up to actually hold on. There is a route to win a championship. There's a route to win a championship. The WBO
or emailed one. Yeah.
The WBO was not moving. Right? He was not the number one contender, and the WBO was not moving. So he fought in an IBF eliminator. There was no ducking Terence Crawford by taking the WBO route. You know what that means, but go ahead.
Okay. So you're saying the WBO was not moving, right?
It was.
But the IBF was.
It was.
Okay. So I'm going to have you Google this.
Okay.
When was the last time Spence defended a mandatory IBF
Ocampo.
fight
Ocampo.
in 2018.
Yeah.
When was the last time Crawford defended a number one mandatory in the WBO?
That would have been. It was actually.
Let me help
Sean
you.
Porter.
Let me
It was
help you. Sean Porter.
Sean Porter.
21. So now let's reanalyze what you just said. Which route was moving faster than the other? All right, this is
What are you
taking
talking
too long. Listen. Here's the difference. The difference is you've got you have a PBC guy who's protected, and just like the WBO, Top Rank has power in the WBO. Heyman, PBC, can maneuver the IBF and the WBC. That's just how it works. Because I didn't hear anybody talking about Spence fighting Boots when Boots put a petition specifically for the IBF. You didn't say
False.
anything. Why
Terence.
did you not want to see Boots versus Spence? Why
actually
did you
said
not
that.
have the same energy when Spence was the champion? Now, in 90 days, we have all the energy for Crawford. Now, not only that, but we have the same energy because Crawford is supposed to fight Spence. Crawford wants to, we got Crawford fighting everybody.
Can I answer your question,
Right.
or is it a rhetorical
Absolutely.
question?
You're
Okay.
just taking a little too long, but go ahead. Spit it out, man.
Let me answer it. So, number one, Errol Spence was actually unifying titles. That's why it was not such a.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does matter. It does
It
matter.
doesn't matter. Because
It does matter.
You know why it doesn't matter? Let me tell you why it doesn't matter. The IBF said that the champion had X amount of time to defend it.
Okay.
Didn't they just fight for a unification? Didn't they just fight for undisputed?
So
why
let me ask you a
wouldn't that
question.
restart the clock? Hang on, Greg.
Why?
Hang on, Greg. So Spence fighting Ugas,
Okay.
Spence fighting Porter. None of that reset the timer.
Okay.
You understand that?
Okay.
So I'll let you speak.
Yeah. So you had Errol Spence that had just fought Ugas, and then the IBF.
That doesn't matter.
Let me finish. The IBF made their decision. The IBF made their decision in terms of because Bruce Ennis petitioned the IBF to get his opportunity to face Errol Spence. The same
Do you
thing,
know when he did that?
Doesn't matter. So at the end of the day, at the end of the day, Errol Spence had an obligation to face Jaron Ennis. Simple as that. Now, when Terence Crawford beat him, he assumed that responsibility. Now, he was supposed to actually. Hold up.
All right, I'm gonna let you finish.
They gave him time to make a decision on whether or not he was going to be able to face Jaron Ennis because theoretically,
When
Spence
did they
was
give him
supposed to
time? When
fight
did they
him
give
in
him
July.
time? You mean the last 90 days?
The last 90 days. The last
You
90
mean
days.
after Spence activated the rematch clause and the fight was supposed to take place by December?
Spence was going to get stripped of his title. Hold up. Spence was going to get stripped of his title no matter what because in theory he was going to fight Keith Thurman next, and the IBF had already made their decision.
I'm asking you. You said that they gave Crawford a chance. What chance did they give Crawford?
The last 90 days.
When
Is he going to fight Jaron Ennis or not?
Fight was supposed to take place by December.
They were already pressing Errol Spence to make the fight. You seem to forget that.
I understand that. But here's the problem with your argument.
What's the problem with it?
All of a sudden, there's a sense of urgency to defend against a mandatory. The last mandatory that Spence fought was in 2018, Greg.
Can I make a statement? Now all of a sudden there is no sense of mandatories because all we heard prior to this was that Terence Crawford always defends against his mandatories. Now all of a sudden mandatories don't mean anything. Terence Crawford got bigger plans. So why shouldn't it matter?
I never said mandatories don't mean anything. But I mean, you have the man trying to fight. You have him. Listen. I listen to your content. I watch your videos. You've got Crawford fighting 2-3 people at once.
How?
Right? So Spence reactivated his rematch clause, which was supposed to take place by the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
And we complained that Crawford was like, hey, let's stay at 147. No, he needs to go up to 154 on a rehydrate.
Go ahead, man. I'm listening to you.
Hey, Why aren't you going to do 147? Are you ducking Boots? I mean, I just need to know which fight is he supposed to take right now.
He's supposed to take the Errol Spence fight at 154 pounds, and all of this would have been all of this would be a null and mute point had he not been taking the time to try to actually renegotiate a contract that should have already been negotiated in the first freaking place.
What would have happened?
Hold on.
What would have happened? Do you mean Fat Boy Spence would have been ready to fight by December?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Who you've seen that is about 185 pounds right now, the same BS he was pulling last year.
Doesn't matter.
He's talking about, we're in negotiations for a fight. The fight's supposed to take November. In the meantime, he's in Orlando, Florida with his family with a beer belly.
Doesn't matter because at the end of the day, Terence Crawford is saying that he's standing at 147.
And then we talking about Crawford Spence was supposed to take place in November. Oh no, February. But then we forget that Spence got into another car accident. That was never going to happen. Fat Boy Spence is out here buying pit bulls and feeding animals on his farm. He ain't ready. He was never ready to fight in December.
What does that have to do with anything?
So instead of y'all, because y'all should be petitioning for Spence to get the hell out the way. If you really want that Boots fight, why don't you make contact saying, get out of the way, Spence?
No, why would we petition for a man to give up his opportunity the same way? So we'd be petitioning if Terence Crawford would have lost, would you have been petitioning for Terence Crawford to move out of the race so Errol Spence can fight him?
Apparently Crawford doesn't have any options. Spence is the one with all the options, right? He's the man with the options. He can move up, fight this man, the other. He's still going to make money because he's still the bone breaker, jaw taker, skull cracker. I mean, he's still that guy, right? So he has all these opportunities. Why doesn't he just get out the way?
Get out the way for what? He has a contractual
for a rematch with no belts. Why doesn't he just wait for it to make sense?
Why? If he has that in his contract, why?
Go fight Zoo. Why
don't Terence Crawford go Zoo? Okay, so you have a so why would Errol Spence forego his opportunity that he has baked into his contract, his God-given rights to do what it is that he wants to do, which is rematch Terence Crawford? If Crawford would have lost, would you have been telling Errol Spence or telling Terence Crawford to forget his opportunity that he has baked into his contract?
If Crawford got his ass beat up like Spence did, I'd probably say we wasting time, brother. Let that man do some things. You know what, Crawford? Fight a few fights, get back on track, look good, and then make that fight make sense. That's what I would have said. I wouldn't have said go right into it. But regardless, so here's Crawford trying to abide by the contract, and he's avoiding Boots. Which one is it, man?
I don't think he's avoiding Boots.
Who said he's avoiding?
You just said it.
Dude, I said that as a joke. I just clarified that with
not only that, but you say Crawford fans don't want the Boots fight.
They don't.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Crawford beats Boots. What do you say the next morning?
That Boots was too young, and I'm not going to give Terence Crawford any credit.
Exactly.
There you go.
I'll be very honest with you. Crawford beats Boots, which I intend and 100% guarantee he will.
Ask me what I'll say.
It's not going to move the needle. Crawford's not going to look any more impressive.
Ask me what I say if Terence Crawford.
But that's not to negate Boots' talent. That's not to negate Boots' talent. Okay? It's just to show how superior of a fighter Crawford is. Crawford will figure out a way to beat Boots. Simply as that.
He probably will. I think I've already said that I believe Terence Crawford is going to win that fight. And if Jaron Ennis were to win that fight, then I'm going to say that Terence Crawford was never anything that people thought he was. He was always what I thought he was.
Of course.
Exactly.
He was a fragment. And I'm going to say, you know what? Crawford looked off. That's probably, he was way drained. Off. He looked dehydrated. He should have moved up to 154, et cetera, et cetera. I already got it all built in, man. But here's my deal, Greg. Here's my deal. I've never heard you, and maybe I'm wrong, and Jason, you could partake. I have not seen one video. With you guys calling for Spence to fight Boots. Did I miss something?
No, I've said that Errol should fight Boots next. I've said that more than one time. That has been said.
Really?
Yes. Yes, really.
Yeah.
How would that fight have gone?
We talked about that.
How would that fight have gone if what? if he beat Terence Crawford, is that what you're saying?
No. How would Boots versus Spence have gone?
If Errol would have beaten Terence, or if he just went right into a Boots fight?
No. If he would have fought him as a mandatory, how would Spence versus Boots have gone?
I reserve my right to remain silent.
But I will tell you right now, Spence would have got his ass beat. And it's another situation that styles make fights. Period. Now let me just explain something to y'all. I think, and this is what I'm petitioning for. Okay? This is what I'm petitioning for. I'm petitioning for Spence to get the hell out the way. And I'm petitioning for Crawford to fight Boots in February for Undisputed at 147. Because now it makes sense. But here's my problem. You guys don't have any accountability with Showtime. Showtime ruined Boots Crawford in January.
They did not.
They did. 100%. Espinosa knew they were going out of business. He knew he was going out of business.
So because they knew. Hold up, dude. So because they knew they were going out of business. So why? Hold up. So why the hell did they do all the other pay-per-views if just they knowing they were going out of business was the cause of them stopping from doing the Jaron Boots? And come on, man. Like them just greed. Not being in about.
No. It's simply okay. So if that's so if what you're saying is correct, why hasn't Boots had a good fight this year? If what you're saying is correct, Boots isn't even on the schedule yet, brother. So if Showtime is really looking out for Boots like you're saying, which they don't have a contract with him.
They fought twice.
And remember, Boots is not PBC. You're mixing things up. Boots is not PBC.
We know that.
Okay, so what has Showtime done for Boots?
He's fought twice this year. What are you talking about? He's fought twice.
What has Showtime done for Boots' career? For Papa Boots to be like, oh, we're dedicated to Showtime. Excuse me?
What do you mean?
You could have negotiated a one-fight deal, just like Crawford did. Don't talk about they wanted a long-term deal. Come on, man. Stop the nonsense.
This stuff.
Stop the nonsense. They would have made the Crawford fight. And it would have been a one and out. Okay? Problem was, Papa Enzo, we're
Crawford
dedicated to Showtime. Without a contract, mind you.
Hey, listen.
Without a contract.
Hold on. Listen.
If Boots was under Bill Haney, that fight would have happened.
I know for a fact that they didn't have the ability to actually make the Terence Crawford fight, and that Crawford had not given authority to BLK Prime to actually make that fight.
Stop it.
I know that for a fact. I know it for a fact. That was never offered. It was not.
Greg, I'm gonna leave you with this, man, because you're a smart guy. Look at the Gilly podcast where Crawford asked
Boots, my God.
Specifically, he said, number one, all the same things. These aren't talking points. These are the two boxers now talking. Man, he goes, dude, why'd you get out the WBO?
Guys, dude, you guys really got it. You guys really got to stop.
What happened in January? What happened in January? Prime. Why'd you do the fight?
Listen to what Terence Crawford actually says. Because if you guys were actually listening to what he was saying instead of being fanboy, you would hold on. No. Hold on.
I got receipts.
No. I know what you're talking about.
Because you're making up your own facts, Greg.
I'm not making up my own facts. Listen to what I'm saying.
Because you're saying BLK Prime. Nope. You're saying BLK Prime wanted to sign him to a multi-fight deal and wanted him to switch over. Switch over from who when he doesn't even have a contract with Showtime. I don't know who the hell he's switching over for, right? And then you're saying that Crawford had no knowledge of the phone call.
Jerry,
you're saying Crawford wasn't even on board.
Jerry, listen for a second. Listen. Have it ever occurred to you that every time Terence Crawford comes out of his mouth with something like that, it literally mimics what you hear from his fans? Has it ever occurred to you that he is just taking what he gets from his fans and mimicking it because it's what his fans already believe? I'm telling you, that fight was never on the table for Jaron Ennis. It was not. It was not. Listen to what Crawford says. He words things very specifically.
Greg, can you explain to your viewers your source?
No, I'm not going to tell
right
you
now
my
you're
source.
just
Why would I
talking.
do
You're
that?
just talking. I know it's your podcast, but you're just talking. It does not mean that what you're saying is law.
And it doesn't mean what you're saying is law. It doesn't mean what you're saying is law.
So now what comes out of your mouth is fact, but what comes out of Crawford isn't. Brother, where have we gone?
Hold on. So
Crawford's lying, but Greg isn't.
Crawford never actually said anything. That's the point that I'm making to you. Crawford words things in a way. Listen for a second. Crawford words things in a specific way. So, for instance, when he was asked about the $10 million he got from BLK Prime, he never said he was actually paid the $10 million. What he said was, I got to get paid.
Crawford never said he was getting $10 million, number one.
I got to be paid.
He was getting $10 million.
Exactly. But he allowed people to believe it. He allowed people to believe it.
Neither here nor there.
But that's the point that I'm making. That's the point that I'm making.
That he received a phone call. Right.
So Terence Crawford said what? No. So listen, if Terence Crawford says what happened in January, Terence Crawford could have not even been in contact with BLK Prime. All he's referring to is the fact that there was a conversation with BLK Prime. That doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean that he was actually with them. It doesn't mean shit. He worded things very specifically.
I don't know who your source is, right? I don't know who your source is, but Blue Blood Sports said, and I guess we can say he's a liar, right? He's a straight up liar. But he said he called up Crawford and said, "Hey, will you be willing to fight Boots if we set it up?" He said Crawford said, "Make the call." You're saying that's a lie. Is that what you're saying, Greg?
I don't know what he said. I thought what I heard him say. Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't know what he said because I don't follow Blue Blood. Now, I heard what
you don't have to follow Blue Blood. It came out of Crawford's mouth, and you don't want to believe it either. I'm just trying to figure out if there's a source that you will believe other than what you think.
Yes.
Come on, man.
Yes, there's a source that I believe that is not Terence Crawford as a source. And here's the deal. Here's the deal.
You have a source closer to BLK Prime and Crawford than Blue Blood, BLK Prime, and Crawford. That makes a whole lot of sense. Hey, my friend, that's my call for the day. You enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I got to call it short because I am still in Medellin, Colombia. I love you guys.
Hey, have a good one,
Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care.
Yep, later. That whole situation that he keeps trying to explain in regards to Terence Crawford merely said what happened. That doesn't mean that they had any legitimate contract or any legitimate conversation that fight is going to actually materialize. It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. That's just a narrative that Terence Crawford fans want to run with. Terence Crawford is one thing I would say he is incredible at. It is creating a narrative or taking bits of information that's out there. And there's a reason why his talking points always mimic what his fans have been already saying. There's a reason for that. Understand it. Anyway, let's go to the next topic. Where are we at in the show? Hour and 38 minutes?
Yeah, we good. Yeah, hour and 38.
Yeah, man. I mean, this stuff just, dude, every time Terence Crawford, he'll come right back and he'll be always defend against my mandatories. That was the stuff that was being said by his fans prior to that. Dude, like, it's always the whole BLK Prime situation. He literally just mimicked what fans have been saying. So he takes what his fans are giving him and he just mimics it, and then they grasp onto it even stronger because they say, "Oh, well, see, you see what Terence Crawford, he called me and he said, make the fight." So let me get this straight.
Well, why would you want
hold on. Let me finish. Blue Blood Sports TV is the individual that called Terence Crawford. But BLK Prime and Desmond Gums was not. So if BLK Prime has the ability to make that fight, they're the ones that are putting up the money. Why the fuck is Blue Blood the one that's making the call? Make that shit make sense. Stop it, bruh. You're on the Angry Man podcast with Jason and Greg.
What's going on with you, man?
What's happening with you, fam?
Man, I can't call it. I didn't know you were finna heat it back up. I was trying to wait on you to finish with the other caller and finish getting him all out the way after he got off the phone, man. But I just called to chime in on that what y'all was saying about Terence Crawford fighting Boots. And I actually said this. Of course, you know I ain't got the traction y'all got yet, but I actually said this on my little podcast, and a lot of people ain't looking at the fact that Bomac said it, and it's been restated time and time again now that they had been preparing for Earl for 5 years, and just about everybody they was fighting, they was preparing for Earl. So, with that being said, I look at it from the standpoint of this here. He would never fight Boots because they don't have the time to prepare for him like they did for Earl, and the fight would never go the way it went with Earl because he might be looking at Boots now, but he don't have the time. He don't have the time that he had for Earl. He knew every move Earl would make. You feel what I'm saying? For 5 years, you watching a man. Come on, you gonna look dominant. He won't take that fight because it's not gonna look. It's not gonna look like. That's why Mean Machine gave him problem. That's why Gamboa gave him problem because he didn't have a long time to prepare for those guys. He just had the standard time to prepare. That's why I think he won't take the Boots fight. And then again, he might be preparing for him and might take it down the road, but Boots don't realize that he's preparing for him if he is. Because think about it. Why would he not beat Boots after he done beat Earl? Why would he not just go ahead and beat Boots? Everybody been asking for that fight, and Boots supposed to be the boogeyman or whatever we want to call him, however that go. That's neither here nor there. But why don't he just go ahead and beat him up and get him out the way? If he that bad guy that's gonna beat everybody in boxing.
Yeah, I feel you. If Boots not supposed to be all that good, he trashed like some of the Terence Crawford fans say he is, then fight him. But we know he's not going to fight him. He's contractually obligated to fight Errol. We understand that. But all I'm saying is that, and on one side of their mouth they'll say he trashed. Out of another side of their mouth they'll say, he don't have to fight him. Well, and then out of the other side of their mouth they'll say that he should be able to keep all the titles. Like, which one is it? Either he's trash, and if you want him to keep the titles, just have him fight him.
Exactly. I mean, what comes with that is an issue. What I mean by that is, if you have the title, then you're gonna have to fight who in line for the title. You say you fight all your mandatory. Why is it so hard to fight this one? If you don't want to go to 54 and fight Earl.
Facts. And all you got to do is make that fight like Jerry just mentioned. Oh, Errol step out of the way. Well, how about they just strip Terence, give it to Jaron Ennis. He beats Errol again to make the money that he's not going to make anywhere else. And then he can come back and fight Jaron Ennis if he truly wants to be unified. That way, everybody gets what they want. Ain't that right, Jerry? But go ahead.
Hey, when you were saying something, I just thought about something, and I'm gonna let you. I'm let somebody else call in. But I just thought about when you were saying that. Why didn't he? Him and Earl couldn't get the negotiations together for this fight in December. Why did he step away and beat up Boots like he did Avenesian and then come back to Earl?
There you go.
if he, you know what I'm saying? If he that easy to beat, if he ain't got experience, if he ain't never beat nobody, step away from the negotiation with Earl like you did with Avenesian, go beat up Boots and then come back and beat Earl again. I mean, that's simple. And then now you got all the money.
Facts. Easy peasy.
Exactly. Hey, man, I just had to call in. A lot of times I don't be in position to type or whatever, but, man, I still be tapping in with y'all, man, because y'all my guys. So just know I'm somewhere around.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in.
All right, man. We'll holler at you later.
All right, later. Yeah, man. This been an interesting one, Jay. This has been an interesting one. today with some of the callers that have called in. The Terence Crawford audience always gets the blood boiling. I like to make their blood boil. They like to make my blood boil. But it's all good. It's all good, man. No, I actually enjoy when Jared calls in, man. It's always it's good. I like when we go back and forth.
But so it's a talking point that's been debunked several times over and over again. He tries to make it seem like, oh, only Bud talks the truth. When if you go to the original video that Bud posted when he was first going on BLK Prime with BBL, which he didn't even know how to pronounce it, he changed his story like 10 times in that one video alone.
Yeah, exactly. Oh shit, man! Another Bud Crawford fan is in the building.
This is emotional.
What's up, people?
What's going on, man? Terrence, best damn videos is in the building. What's going on, fam?
I'm chilling. I mean, listen, man, I'm good. Listen, it's not a big deal, bro. All I'm saying is, I've posted on a lot of people's channel that Boost is now the email champion or the postal champion, and this is the thing that I don't understand. This is the thing I don't understand about these people. They really mad about that. A lot of people mad when I say that, but when what you was call said it about Haney, people weren't that upset about it when he was called the email champion. Is it not true that he won the belts without beating a champion? That's all it means. I mean, why are Boots fans so upset right now that he's the email champion? That he is the email champion. I'm not discrediting his skill or anything like that. I do think he will be a champion. But at this point in time, that's what he is, right? You guys admit that. He's the email champion. He's not the true champion, right?
Is Terence Crawford going to fight him? Is Terence Crawford going to fight him?
I have no idea.
Do you think
I don't know. I don't know if he's going to fight him or not. So I'm just saying right now, he's the email champion.
No, let me ask you this. If Terence Crawford was not obligated to fight Errol Spence in a rematch, do you believe that he would fight Jaron Ennis?
At this point, I don't think so, but I don't know.
Okay,
I would say no.
So the issue is that you're associating a derogatory term with a fighter, almost pretending like, or it feels like, it sounds like, it feels and sounds like that the fighter just got to.
Okay. If y'all said, wait, hold on. You said that's a derogatory term. Why did no one say anything to Tank when he said it? No one criticized Tank. Nobody said anything about Tank when he made that statement. Why all of a sudden now that's a derogatory term?
Devin Haney fans did.
It is. Well, that's about it. I didn't see anybody outrage.
But you're talking about
Haney was the email champ. He got the notification through email.
But you're not talking about Jaron Ennis fans. Yeah. So it's just Jaron Ennis fans now. They have an issue because it's a derogatory term associated with an email champion. And that's fine. You want to associate a derogatory term with it, but at the same time, understand that if this fighter was never given the opportunity to quote unquote earn it in the ring, because the so-called fighters that are supposed to be the best in the division didn't give him the opportunity to do so, then how can you associate a derogatory term?
I agree. That's the same thing I'm saying about Haney. There should have been outrage about the same thing when Loma, whoever it was ducking him, and the team they were ducking him. So why? I'm just saying, why is the selective outrage now that we're saying it about Boots? That's all I'm saying.
There is no
selective outrage out here.
Terrence, Devin Haney fans were outraged when Tank said it, and now Jaron Ennis fans are outraged. I'm not understanding why there's an issue.
Well, all I can say is if we're not going to say email champion, we can't say that else for anybody. We can't just select who. We don't want to say who the email champion is. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Everything y'all saying is accurate. I don't know, but wants to fight him. And obviously, if Butt don't want to fight him, then he's the true champion. But let's kill the email champion. If we're gonna kill it for Boots right now, let's kill that term and let's not let anybody say it anymore. That's all I'm saying. It's just like a selective outrage.
No.
Is all I'm saying.
I think you can use the term but you got to use the term appropriately. The term should be used for a fighter that ended up getting a title that wasn't necessarily seeking out the biggest and best fights. Devin was. So was Boots Ennis. They were.
But those are the only two that they said that about.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. It's not reflective of those two individuals. I would agree.
Well, I mean, to me, if you get a title, right, and if the champion don't want to fight you or the champion drops the belt, as you pointed out, that's not their fault. You know what I'm saying? You can't do anything if a champion drops the belt and you don't have. And the same thing when people fight for vacant belts. It's like people discredit people that fight for vacant belts. That's what they used to say about Bud all the time when he won some of the titles because he was fighting for a vacant belt. You can't do anything about those things. So we shouldn't criticize any fighters that find themselves in those positions. So I'm glad this came up. So I just hope in the future we all stop doing that, criticizing fighters for being in a position where they got to fight for a title that's not necessarily for the champion, against the champion. That's all I'm saying. Now, I agree with everything y'all said. I'm just being the devil's advocate because people do that all the time, criticize people for fighting. Oh, yeah, he was a vacant belt. He didn't fight. I mean, come on. That's all he can fight for. That's all he can fight for. Let's stop doing that. But I agree with y'all, man.
So
at the end of the day, I agree with you and Jason on this issue that he should not be criticized, Boots. But I agree. I say no one should be criticized for fighting for belts. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I had today. But everything else was on point. I agree with everybody, what everybody's saying. So
I appreciate that, Terence.
Outside.
Huh? Wait. What did you say, Jay? What'd you say, Jay?
I said you're coming to the dark side. Welcome. Welcome to the side of truth.
Nah, man, I'm always fair, y'all. Everything I said about Bud throughout this whole thing, y'all, everything I said was accurate.
No,
up until the point where he beat when I said he was going to beat Earl. So I don't cap. Y'all think I was capping that whole time. I haven't said anything. Y'all know when I said I don't think Bud wants to fight Boots, I've said that from the beginning that I don't think he wants to fight him. So look, I don't cap. I said he was gonna beat Earl. He had the better footwork and he was just a pure better boxer and he won that fight. I don't cap. So I don't know if they fought, if Boots and Bud fought, I don't know who would win. But I think Boots would actually might be up on the cards. But if he makes one mistake, it could be over. So that's why I don't know who will win that fight. But that's all I got.
I appreciate you for calling in, Terence, man. Good stuff, bro.
All right. Thanks, guys. Good show.
All right.
Have a good night.
All right. Later. And I think we are going to conclude the open call line. Jerry has my blood pressure up, and I need to go take something for it. All right, man. Again, man, appreciate everybody for joining us and being a part of the show today. Everybody that called in, specifically, who was it that gave us the $5, Jay? Modern Boxing. Yeah, thank you for your contribution to the channel. Guys, if you get the opportunity, please hit the like button if you haven't done so already so people can find this content. Also, consider giving to the channel, man. Super thanks, super chats. It all helps in terms of covering the operating expenses of this channel. So very much so appreciate it. Again, thank you guys for joining us and everybody that was in the comment section. Again, it's all about community coming together, arguing. As you guys can see, I'm very passionate and Jason is passionate as well. And we just enjoy chopping it up with you guys and just having real conversation. And of course, I yell sometimes, I get loud sometimes, but never take it personally. It's just the way that I communicate, man, when I'm being passionate, man. So we just have a good time doing that. So, all right, guys, appreciate you guys. Again, smash that like button before you head out. And until next time, peace.
Great. Also, next week, we have a guest on next week, too.
Oh, yeah. Next week, we're going to have Jake Donovan as a part of the show. He's going to bring us what we can't bring to you guys, which is more of a journalistic lens. You know, we are a very opinionated channel and show. So Jake Donovan will be on next week. And we'll ask him specifically whether or not the Jaron Ennis and Terence Crawford fight ever had any chance of ever being made. We all know that it wasn't, but he'll go ahead and debunk that for us next week. All right, guys. Until next time, Clearwater is a part of Tampa. Peace.
Things, stop it.
Sorry, too late. Stream already done. Bastard.